Go. Once I was a kid and I was living that life. I don't care what the fuck, I've been living right. But I know I was living right there on that house, in that place. And I don't think that I knew what I had, I took it for granted. But I don't think that I knew how much was granted, cause that rock was taken for granted. And I don't know what to do, cause I think I was handed everything that I could've had. And I don't give a fuck, cause I just didn't give a fuck what the fuck was happening and what people had to do to give me the life that I done live. I was a kid, so all I did was play video games every day. I was feeling like Xbox was the shit, like I had a PlayStation that was legit. And I thought Nintendo 64 was the shit too. But I don't give a fuck, cause people have shit too. But I can shit on you by the shit that I did. But I think when I was a kid, I took life for granted. And I don't give a fuck what I had, cause I had everything. Every Christmas I had everything I wanted, but I didn't think and just remember that somebody had to do that shit and still put the food on the table, and they were able to. But now I sit there and I sit with the auto-tune and make the songs that be making me feel good. But I think that I'm still wondering what the fuck I done had back in the past. So I just look back and think to those days and think if I did have a different situation, would shit be different? Because in the end it was better. Or was it? Like, could the life have been different? We don't know. But we just still thinking that we could have had a better situation. In the end we could have. But I know the person that was working hard for that had a lot to do, because they had a wife that didn't care, and they had a life that wasn't theirs, cause they done got given that life that wasn't fair. Cause they just tried everything, put food on the table and done worked a 9 to 5, but still made it out and still did their grind. And you know they had the time to, cause they didn't let that life affect them. That's not what they did, cause they had to sit there on their own and raise 4 kids. So what the fuck, did you do that? No, so you don't know how they live. Like you don't know the statements that they done said. Like you don't know what the fuck they did when they was mad, cause they couldn't let people know they was sad. They never cried, so what the fuck you about to do? Even when their family died, they didn't shed a tear. They were still there holding it up for everybody. They didn't show the fuck in way they feel inside. They didn't show that, they just kept on walking that path that they were stuck on. They did have the road that they done walked. They sat and didn't let nobody talk. They shit, they just kept on living that life that they had. They didn't let anybody know that they weren't feeling that glad in their bag. That was it, they doing, and they didn't care if anybody thought they was sad. They couldn't let that happen. You know they had to sit there and just get to fucking clapping their hands and make people think they good, cause you know that this person done made it up out the hood and bought themselves a house and supported a family of 4. Did all that and more, and now they in the grave. But they had to do that life in order to live that way.